Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jimmy and I, exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML, a managed service provider in Queens, NY, offering network management, VoIP and UCaaS, cybersecurity, compliance, IaaS, cloud solutions, and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this episode is for you. Today, we are digging into a topic that I think is, well, it's haunting a lot of business owners right now. It feels like we can't go 5 minutes without hearing about AI, yet if you ask me how to actually use it in my business safely, I'd probably just stare at you blankly. We're looking at an article titled, Using Microsoft Copilot as a Thinking Partner.
Yeah, it's a really timely read, and you're absolutely right about that haunting aspect. We're in this weird phase where AI is either, a goofy toy that writes poems.
Right, or it's this sci-fi monster that's coming for all of our jobs.
Exactly. But this piece by Mr. Kaplan, it carves out a middle ground. He talks about a business-grade tool, one that's already sitting inside the software most of us use every single day.
And that's the key here. We're talking specifically about Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365.
We have to be super clear on that. This is not the free chatbot you find in your browser. This is the paid version integrated right into Word, Outlook, Teams.
Okay, let's just get to the elephant in the room, the price. The article says $30 per user, per month.
It's a significant investment, no doubt.
Significant is one word for it. I mean, if I have 20 employees, that's a huge new line item.
Yeah.
For a plugin, my first reaction is just, no way.
And I totally get that reaction. But the article argues you have to look at the ROI, the return on investment, through the lens of friction.
Friction.
Think about all the little annoying things you do all day. Searching for a file, trying to find that one key detail in a long email chain, summarizing a meeting.
Ugh, administrative violence. I think the article called it that. I like that.
That's the friction, and that's what Copilot is designed to reduce. It pays for itself by giving you back hours of time every week.
So it's less like a tool and more like an assistant. The article uses a specific metaphor, a thinking partner.
That's the core concept. It's not there to replace your judgment. It's there to handle the information processing so you can use your judgment. It removes the clutter so your brain can actually think.
Okay, but if I'm going to partner with it, we have to talk about trust. The idea of pasting my company's sensitive data into a chatbot, it makes me nervous.
It should. And if you were using a public AI tool, you'd be right to be nervous. Your data could literally be used to train the model.
The nightmare scenario.
But this is the big difference with the Microsoft 365 version. It operates inside your tenant boundary.
Tenant boundary. Break that down for me.
Think of your business's data as being inside a locked house. Copilot comes inside to help you, but it never, ever takes anything outside the house. Your data stays yours. It doesn't get used to train anyone else's AI.
So my secrets aren't leaking out onto the internet?
Not at all. It's a closed loop.
Okay, that makes me feel better. But what about leaking in? Like within the company?
Yeah.
If I hire an intern, can they ask Copilot, hey, what does the CEO make?
The intern versus payroll problem. Good question. The short answer is no. Copilot respects user permissions.
Meaning, what exactly?
Clothing, it can only see what you can see. When that intern logs in, Copilot basically checks their ID badge. If the intern doesn't have access to the HR files, then Copilot can't see them either.
So it's blind to anything the user is blind to.
Precisely.
Ooh, okay, that's a relief.
Well, hold on. Don't be too relieved just yet.
Oh, no.
Because that all assumes your permissions are set up correctly in the first place. And in most businesses, they're a mess.
What do you mean?
We rely on what the article calls security by obscurity.
Is that a fancy way of saying I hid the important folder inside another folder and just hope nobody finds it?
That is exactly what it is. But Copilot doesn't browse folders like a person. It searches by concept. It's like a flashlight in a dark room. If a file isn't explicitly locked down, Copilot will find it.
Wow. So the tool itself isn't the problem, but it exposes the problems I already have.
You got it. It breaks the I hope nobody looks strategy on day one.
That's terrifying, but also I guess it's better to know.
It is. But let's talk about the magic, because the article details a killer use case for drafting emails that sounds amazing.
Yes, the dreaded blank page. Walk us through it.
Okay, so you get an email from a client. They're asking about some specific detail in your service policy. The answer is buried in, like, 3 different documents.
The old way is me minimizing Outlook, digging through SharePoint, opening 5 files, Control-Copy, Paste, Rewrite. It takes forever.
Right. With Copilot, you stay in Outlook. And here's the key. You don't just say write a reply. You have to ground it.
Ground it.
You anchor it to your own data. You say, draft a response to this email using the information from our service overview and our onboarding documents stored in OneDrive.
Ah, so you're telling it exactly where to get the facts.
Exactly. So it's not guessing. It's not making things up. It's building the response from your approved documents. And then, and this is critical, it gives you a draft.
The human element.
It's non-negotiable. You are no longer the writer. You are the editor. You review it, you check the tone, you verify it, but editing takes 2 minutes. Writing from scratch took 20. That's the friction reduction.
I love that shift. From creator to editor. And it's not just for email.
Not at all. Meetings are huge. If you use Microsoft Teams, Copilot can give you a summary, pull out action items.
So I can actually pay attention in the meeting instead of just taking notes.
That's the idea. Or summarizing long documents, you can ask it, what are the key risks in this 40-page report?
Yeah.
Instead of reading the whole thing.
It sounds incredibly powerful. But we have to talk about the guardrails. The article has a section on common mistakes.
And the biggest mistake is what it calls the final draft fallacy.
Just trusting it too much.
Yes. Believing that because a computer wrote it, it must be perfect. It's an assistant, not an authority. If you hit send on an email with an error, that error is on you, not the bot.
The article also warns about using it for high-stakes decisions. Legal, financial.
Absolutely. It's a text prediction engine. It is not a lawyer. It is not a CFO. It can find data about those things, but it cannot replace professional judgment.
Which brings us back to the permissions problem. This is why the implementation is so important. You can't just flip a switch.
And that's where a partner like CDML comes in. They don't just sell you the license, they guide the deployment.
So they do an assessment first.
Right. But the crucial step is configuring those permissions and data access. They're the cleanup crew for that security by obscurity mess. Before you turn on the flashlight, they help you clean up the room.
That feels like a step you absolutely cannot skip.
You can't. And they also help with training, teaching staff how to write good prompts, how to ground the AI so you actually get the value out of that $30 a month.
The article says their goal is to empower growth through secure, sustainable solutions. I really like that word. Sustainable. It's not a fad.
Exactly. It means doing it right so it doesn't blow up in your face later.
So to sum it all up for our listener, this is a powerful tool that can save a ton of time.
But the caveat is don't just turn it on. Treat it like a real infrastructure project.
And get a partner who knows how to set it up right. So if you want to deploy Copilot responsibly, it sounds like you should contact CDML.
Absolutely. A little investment and proper setup will prevent a massive headache later.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, please click that thumbs up button. It really helps us out. And remember, new blog posts come out every Tuesday and Thursday, so there's always something new to learn.
You can visit their website at c-ln-l.com to subscribe to the blog and stay updated.
And as we sign off, here's a thought to leave you with. We talked about the thinking partner. As these tools get better and we start relying on them more and more, at what point does the partner become the pilot? If the AI writes the email and you just nod and click send, who's actually in charge? Till next time.